إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا من سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصلى الله حبيبه ونجيبه وخير خلقه وحافظ سره ومبلغ رسالاته وبشر نعمة ونذير نعمة سيدنا ونبينا حبيب قلوبنا بالقاسم المصطفى محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين وصحب المنتجبين ومن تبع بإحسان إلى يوم الدين وصلى الله على المسلمين ورحمة المستضعفين وأعداء المؤمنين وصلى الله برحمة الله في العظيم عباد الله رحمة الله أوصيكم عباد الله ونفسي بتقوى الله قال رسول الله جامع التقوى في القول تعالى إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وعد الله الذين آمنوا منكم وعملوا الصالحات لا يستخلفنهم في الأرض كما استخلف الذين من قبلهم ولا يمكنن لهم دينهم الذي ارتضى لهم ولا يبدلنهم من بعد خوفهم أمنا يعبدوني لا يشركون به شيئا ومن كفر بعد ذلك فأولئك هم الفاسقون. Indeed, for sure, all praise for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We praise Him, we seek His help, we seek His forgiveness, we seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refuge from evil of our nafs and our bad deeds. Whom Allah guide, there is no misguide of him. Whom Allah misguide, there is no guide of him. I bear witness, there is no God except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is Wahid, no partner for him, and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
his abd and servant and his messenger. Praise for Prophet and his family and his true companions. I recommend you and myself for piety towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the whole piety in these words from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is, Allah indeed command justice and kindness. Allah has promised those of you who has faith and do righteous deed that He will surely make them successful in the earth, just as He did those who were before you, and make them successful. And He will surely establish for them the religion which He had approved for them, and He will surely change their state to security after the fear. While they worship me, do not ascribe any partner to me. Whoever is ungrateful after that, it is they who are the transgressors. Inshallah, in first khutbah, we'll talking about the promise for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And His promise for the faithful, and He's talking about making a successor from them, from faithful. And second, inshallah, we will talk about Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam, who was actually was murdered. We were commemorating 2 days ago, which is 25th of Muharram. So last khutbah, actually, we did talk about Fru'adin, where all the Muslims believe on Tawheed, Nabuwwat and Qiyamah. but we actually had a couple of things added in there, which is adl and imamat. Because understanding Tawheed without adl is very hard. Because they reach too extreme on that one. Without adl, what they say that Allah has everything which is done by us is commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is mostly preached by the kings who want to do whatever they want to do. And they just blame it, oh, that's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, like whatever is happening from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there is that extreme which says, no, everything what you do is you have to answer for that. And Allah has no control. It's just you. Allah giving you control. You do everything, whatever you do. And on the day of judgment, hisab will be done, So this is the second extreme. Where for us, there's adl over there. Adl is something balanced between where Allah gives you some right to do things and there's something you cannot do. Somebody asked this question to one of our Imam that can you explain it to me what it is? He says, lift your one leg. He lifted, and he says, why don't you lift your second leg now? He said, no, I can't do that. This is what it is. Allah gave you something which you have control, some part of it, and this is the one Allah is going to do the hisab. The other part which you don't have a control, Allah is not going to do hisab for that. So there is a balance in the life, and there is adl over there. If we don't follow adl, we'll be lost. So that was adl, and then we talk about imamat. Imamat is more like continuation of establishing Islam. Like when this ayat came that I completed the deen today, means the job of nubuwwat, which is supposed to get the message from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to establish deen, has been established. So now somebody has to run it, and anybody who can run it has to be from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not anybody like you or I pick and says, okay, this is the person who's going to run. No, he cannot do it because he doesn't have that knowledge. So that's what we did talk about it, and today is in same relation to that. But the thing is that we got a little bit back, where we are saying that Allah made the wa'da to do this for mu'mineen, So this wa'da is something when somebody promises for something, you have hope. Okay? And when somebody is doing something, it's been done, finished. You really can't do much about it. But the thing is that when it's wa'da, it can be for near future, it can be for longer too, So wa'da is all the time there, and that's big hope for us. And the Shia faith is very much dependent on the wa'da, and other people don't have that hope. And same thing, we'll talk a little bit more about this thing, and the Shani Nazul for this ayat, which I recited, which is from Surah Nur, ayat number 55, where Allah is making the wa'da. He is, after the Hazrat Abu Talib and Hazrat Khatija left, it was like open killing field for Muslims, because they were the big protection. They provide big protection for Muslims. So they are gone. So even Holy Prophet life became in danger, So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked Holy Prophet to leave the Makkah, because if he knew that these guys are so mean, they have no values. And we can see in this current affair too, there are few countries who has no values, no international law values. They'll go to any capital and they'll go destroy people, because you have boundaries, respect, and all those things. These people have no values. So this is what happened at Holy Prophet time too, that they were after him, and they wanted to kill him. So that's actually triggered the hijrah for Holy Prophet. When Holy Prophet did hijrah, even when they come to Medina, they were still attacking on them. And they used to sleep with the swords and everything, they were all the time worried. And so they actually asked Holy Prophet that how long this thing is going to go. Like we thought we did the migration and we'll be peaceful over here. So then this ayat actually came, where Allah is doing wa'da. وَعْدَ الَّذِينَ عَمْلُوا مِنْكُمْ وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَا تَسْلِفَنَّهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ كَمَا اسْتَخْلَفَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. Allah has promised those who have faith and do the righteous deed that He will surely make them successor on earth. Like Allah is saying that you will be ruling this earth soon. So, this is the first step to come to Medina, but soon you'll be ruling this world. And he's saying, he's not saying like that, he's saying just as He made those who were before you. So this thing has been done, that Allah had made Khalifas before Islam actually came. So he's pointing to that too. So the thing is that this making Khalifa is Allah's job. This is what He's saying, that this is my job to make Khalifa. There is no one else. And anybody who opposed to Allah's job is the shaitan and the follower of shaitan. They will be opposing to Allah's selected Khalif. And we have seen that this happened. The first time it happened was shaitan who stand up. When Hazrat Adam became Khalif, he stand up at that time. So, why are you making him Khalifa? So this is the first incident, and there are multiple incidents more happen when it comes to Khilafat. You will see shaitan and shaitan's representative will stand up and hijack that. And been hijacked so many times before. So there is an example in Quran over here. Ya Dawood, inna ja'alnaka khalifatan fil arzi fahkum bayna an-nas bil haqq wa la tattabi'ul hawa fayuzalluka an sabilillah. Here Allah is saying that I'm the one who is making the Khalifa on earth, to Hazrat Adam, and He's giving instruction to. He says, do it what I told you to, and don't follow your desire. Anytime we start to follow our desire, it will derail you from the Allah's path. So we have to be very careful, very careful. Anybody who's going away from the Allah's path, no matter how eloquent speaker he is, how good he is, but if he is not sticking to the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we have to be careful. I'm not saying that don't get the knowledge from them. But the knowledge is moment errors. Wherever he see it, get it. But we have to be very careful that when between the line the message is sent to make you stray, that is not right. And this is what ayat is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling the Prophet. Listen, don't talk about your desire from desire. Don't talk from desire. Talk only what I told you to do. So people who actually put their desire ahead, they actually are the one who are straight from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then there is a second point in here. وَلَا يُمَكِّنَّ لَهُمْ دِينَهُمْ الَّذِي ارْتَزَى لَهُمْ. This is what Allah is saying, that and He will establish for them the religion which He approved. So we have to just follow the deen of Allah for approval. We are not following anybody's desire, This is Allah's deen. He wanted to be established. And the thing is that Allah clearly said that in Surah Ma'idah, ayat number 3, it says, Al-Yawma akhlaqtu lakum deenakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-Islam deena. Here he's specifically saying that he actually complete the deen for you, aklamtu, and atmamtu means is completed the ni'mat. So aklamtu means is the when like we have to see it from the negation of it. Like aklamtu, atmamtu, both has one which is opposite to it, which is naqis, incomplete. So these things, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying this is completed, there is something very critical over there. Yahud Nazara used to say that if we have this ayat in our books, we will be really proud of it. Because when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says He completed it, means there is no addition or subtraction needed in there. So this is very critical ayat. And this ayat actually came between halal and haram and all those things. So people who actually wanted to change the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have this technique to put those ayat right in the middle of something where, like if you wanted to justify someone, you want to take that thing out. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it between haram and halal, so it's like very hidden, that people who really wants to know will know it, and people who just want to ignore it, is enough to ignore that. They will keep thinking that Allah made the gosh halal and deen is complete now. When it's completely different. Allah is saying that He actually atmamtu ni'mati. Here, ni'mat is somebody actually asked. Abu Hanifa, Imam Jafar al-Islam, asked Abu Hanifa that, listen, you have been doing tafsir, and can you give me the tafsir for this one, where he was mentioning about ni'mat. And he said, ni'mat means all the things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave it to us. And like food and all those things. And he said, this is what your interpretation is? He said, yes. That's not a right interpretation. This is, so he asked me, what is the right interpretation? He says, listen, if you invite somebody and he eat food at your house, and when he's going out, you hold his hand and say, listen, you have to give the hisab for this, whatever you eat, how much burger you eat, how much like things you eat, how many drinks you drink. So he said, if somebody do that, they'll be very bakhil, He should not be doing that. So he said, do you think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is bakhil? He will do this thing to you, that's how much you eat, how much you consume? He said, no. He said, okay, so who's the name? He says, we are the name. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask about us on the day of judgment. That I send these ni'mat, and did you follow that? So if you didn't follow these people, you will be destroyed. And this is what our here to today is completed all the ni'mat too. Atmamtu. So what was that Atmamtu? It's the Vilayat Amir al-Mu'minin al-Islam. It was declared. This ayat was after the declaration of Imam Ali Vilayat. This thing actually came, where Holy Prophet said, "Man kuntum ala fa'azabi." So this is very important. And like these people interpret things so bad. They interpret Mawla as friend. They say, Holy Prophet is friend. And they don't look in the context what was said before, and where he says, am I not ulong your nafs? And they all said, Bala. And it's not that Holy Prophet said from his pocket. He actually, it's the ayat of Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that Nabi is ula on your nafs. And they all agree to that he is ula on your nafs. And then he said all this, and then they interpreted this one as he is a Mawla means friend. Can you imagine that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that all Muslims are brother? So akhuwat is something when you are really from friendship, akhuwat is higher level, because you are now brother. You have a right on each other. So Allah make the Musliman, all Muslim brother, and here after this ayat we are supposed to go one level higher, become mu'min, to accept that. They say no, we go level down. He says now we are friend, not brother anymore, we are friend now. So you think that this foolish interpretation will help to understand Quran? You putting your level down. This Quran was there to make your level higher. You putting your level down because you're trying to defend something which was, was a mistake. Was a mistake. Like some people desired the control and they actually took the control, and you just follow it, and now you are interpreting Quran to lower levels. So we have to be very careful about the interpretation of Quran and understanding of Quran. Says Allah.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
So other thing is that Razidu lakum artazalahum, like this is the promise was Allah, and over here he said Razidu lakum al-Islam, and he is saying that I actually have accepted this. I'm happy with this religion. And then he is talking about like peace after Khawf. There was so much Muslim killing going on. So he said that don't worry about it. There's peace will be coming, inshallah. And that's what happened after Fatah Makkah. The peace actually started to come, because Makkah was a key place, a key place where all the Arabs, all the tribes used to come over there and pray. And anybody who actually attacked Makkah and he is not the righteous person, Allah take care of them. And we have seen the example of Abraham. He actually came with the elephant and everything destroyed. He got destroyed. So they were waiting for Holy Prophet to go over there and conquer that. If he is right, he will get it. If he is not right, Allah will take care of him. At that point, that was the turning point for Islam, where peace has started to come to Muslim. So anyways, there are lots of points in there which I can talk about. I don't know how much time I left. Okay, so anyway, say salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Inna a'tainaka al-Kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar inna shanaka huwa al-abtar.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wa salawatu salam ala Sayyidina Nabiyyina al-Qasim Mustafa Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Wa alihi tahirin siyama ala Amir al-Mu'minin wa Habibatihi Zahra wa Marziya wa Hasan wa Hussein Sayyid al-Shabab Ahl al-Jannah wa Ali bin Hussein Zain al-Abdin wa Muhammad bin Ali al-Baqir wa Ja'far bin Muhammad al-Sadiq wa Musa bin Ja'far al-Qazim wa Ali bin Musa Reza wa Muhammad bin Ali al-Jawad wa Ali bin محمد الحادي والحسن بن علي سكي العسكري والحجة الحسن قائم المهدي صلوات الله عليهم أجمعين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يوصينا الإنسان بوالديه إحسانا. We have advised man to be kind to his parents. So we see that this message over here is not for Muslim, not for Mu'min, not for Muttaqi, it's for Insan. So it's a global message. It's a global message where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to human being to be kind to their parents. This is again related to our last topic where we talk about adl, and one step higher than adl is ihsan. You know, when you do justice is supposed to be, you know, like as it's supposed to be, but when you do ihsan, you are just adding something to it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that we should be doing ihsan to our parents. So we have seen the examples in the past and even Holy Prophet time. There was a guy who was grown up, he has his own house and everything, and his father used to come and eat in his house, and you know, like he treated like his own house. And this guy actually gone complained to Holy Prophet. He says, Holy Prophet, my father used to come and eat whatever you want and all these things. So Holy Prophet face got red. He says, what are you complaining about? He says, he's your wali. It's your wali, you know, like he has all the right to have anything from your house. You should not have any complaint about it. So this ayat is very important. Like Allah is wali, Rasul is wali, and those who selected Ahmadari, they are our wali. And they have ula on our nafs. They have the right. This is the Quran who's saying ula on nafs. So father is given that wala, and we have to respect that. And you know, like it's a fiqhi thing. Like a girl who is supposed to get married, who is virgin, is supposed to have father's permission. And you know what? There is one exception for that. If the grandfather gives that permission, it's valid. So they have, you know, we have to understand that how our parents are, you know, how important they are. And don't treat like them, oh listen, he took this. He has all the right to take it. We have no right on it. So we have to be very careful about parents' right. And we today, 2 days ago, there was Shahada for Imam Zahra Islam. He actually has dua for parents and his dua for Allah too. And he has, let me just talk a little bit about Imam Zainul Abidin. He says, after the tragedy of Karbala, Imam Zainul Abidin was virtually housed in prison. And people in Medina, they actually were keeping away from Imam Zainul Abidin Islam because these Umayyah rulers, they used to give hard time anybody who were close to them, you know. So what happened was it became very hard for Imam Zainul Abidin Salam to preach Quran and Hadith to German people, because he wanted to, that's what his job is. His job is to bring people close to Quran, to make them understand Quran and use the right hadiths, because what happened is they come with the fabricated hadiths and wrong translation. So this was the Imam job, was to do this, but he was not able to do it. So what he chose was, he actually chose a different way. He started to do invocation and supplication. And when he did that, he was not between lots of people. It was his two sons who used to record all these things. And it was, one was Zaid and one was Imam Abu Bakr also. So they keep writing all the du'as he used to do and compile it. And when Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam Shahadat happened, he actually, Zaid put all these together. And when Zaid died, Imam Baqir also have these books. But Imam Baqir has more du'as in there. There are about 68 du'as in there, which he had. And since he has the most complete one, so that's why it's called Sahifa Kamila. So it was a more complete one. So and the thing is that it's not only because that reason, it's also like there's a perfection in there, you know, that it was perfected and it was put together. And the thing is that this is a very important book. It's a very important book. And people actually, Ayatollah Majlisi, his father was also alim. And they used to get lots of help from Imam Zamana. And Imam Zamana used to come in the dream and tell them, you know, like how to solve this issue. And then what happened is, once he came in his dream and he asked him that, I want a gift from you. So he said, what do you want a gift? He says, I want a book as a gift. He said, okay, I have a gift for you. Go to this person and get this book and apply in your life. So when he woke up from the dream, he went to that person and he said, Imam actually sent me to get this book from you. He said, okay, go ahead, take it. And you know what? It was Saif Kamla. It was also called Saif that book. And he actually really applied in his life. And you know, like for us too, you know, if you look over there, it's a gift from our Imam, that he is pointing to this book, and we should be applying this thing in there. So he actually, this book is so important. It's so important. We have to spend lots of time on it and try to, you know, like get as much knowledge as we can. And there are lots of examples over here, which I don't think I have too much time here. So yeah, it's almost 2 o'clock. There was an American woman. She went to home and she was looking for this, and when she encountered this book, she read it and she knew Arabic too. So she actually accepted Islam after reading the book. So we have to be, you know, like there are people who don't have even faith, and they read this book and they become Islam, and we are the Muslim who actually ignoring all this. So we should spend some time and read this book, okay? And lots of scholars like Tantawi, he was a Egyptian scholar. He also encountered this book, and he actually said great things about this book. So, well, in conclusion, what I would say that Kamla words are above for those who created one, and below the creator. So, you know, like it's not an ordinary book, it's a great book, and try to read it. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Inna Allah ya'muru bil adli wal ihsani wa ita'i dhil qurba wa yanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkar wal baghi ya'idhukum la'allakum tadhakkarun. Imam Baqir used to recite this ayat on the end of his khutbah. and he used to say that Allahumma jalna mimman yuzakkir fatanfahu zikra. Oh Allah, make us from those who listen to that advice and it become beneficial for them. We listen to all the advices, but somehow it's not become beneficial to us because we don't apply on time. So we have to apply on time. Oh Allah, guide us to understand the great sacrifice of Imam Hussain, Sayyid al-Shuhada, and Imam Zainul Abidin al-Salam, who protected this deen from deviation. Oh Allah, make you and our Imam Zamana happy with our deed. Oh Allah, the glory on our Prophet and his pure progeny. Oh Allah, oh Allah, do not deprive us from the guidance of the blessing of Ahlul Bayt. Oh Allah, you know we truly love your Prophet and his pure progeny. Therefore, include us among their ranks. Oh Allah, we pray to you to keep us under the Imam Zamana Ajallah Ta'ala Farajatul Sharif guidance and leadership, and we will pray for his safety and hasten of his zuhur. Oh Allah, divide the enemy of Islam and help Muslimin. Oh Allah, make us stand up against oppression and help oppressed people. Please give generously and support to our victim of Palestine. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wal asr. Inna al-insana lafi khusr. Illa allazina amanu wa amilu salihat wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Sadaqallah.
صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. اللهم